So it's kind of exciting. I mean, we're really fixing to stock our freezer with some beef. Oh, don't pick that up, baby. It's heavy. But I think we're excited to break down the numbers for you too. I think you guys will be as pleasantly surprised as we were.
All right, so you can see we're actually dressed not really for the farm. I got a call while I was at work that Ike, the steer that we had, is ready. So we're actually taking a road trip back up to the butcher, and we're gonna go see what we get on Ike. And kind of the whole point of this video though is we're gonna show you exactly what we have in our cow, how we fed it, and also comparing to Ike compared to Christoph, because Christoph was born on the farm, so we have no cost in buying Christoph, but we're going to run off the same numbers, and then Ike as we had to buy the steer. So we're going to work off that and kind of see how it plays out for this video.
We have made it back to our place of pickup, and as you can see, our little man Ike has transitioned from over here to the cooler over there. So we're just waiting on our meat so we can get it loaded up.
This is all Ike. Don't drop it.
Mom, can I have that? Oh, this is heavy.
Wow, bud!
That was a little too heavy for you, isn't it, buddy?
Say, I just wanted to
This
hear.
is a really heavy bag.
So here is all of our bags. This is slap full of ribeye steak. This is slap full of T-bone and shoulder. T-bone and shoulder. This is all chuck roast and ribeye, and there's some T-bone in here. This is all ground beef. This is all round steaks here. This is not what I was looking for. This is all round steak. This is all round steak here. There's a little bit of ground beef in there. We're just trying to go through and organize. Ground beef here.
Ground beef here and ground beef here.
Okay, so we did end up with more ground beef than I thought, because I was a little worried about not having quite enough ground beef. But lots of steaks, shoulders and roast, T-bones. I mean, I really think we did good.
Okay, so yeah, let's get it all laid out and kind of see what we got, and then we'll start crunching some numbers for everybody to see.
First, and wipe off the counter.
Okay, so we just went through our bags. We've got to take them upstairs to our other freezers. So we got 54 pounds of hamburger meat, 34 round steak, 12 T-bones, 16 sirloins, 10 ribeyes, 1 brisket, and 7 roast of some sort. That's a lot of food. What do you think?
It is a lot of food. I mean, for a family our size, that'll last us a pretty good while.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we would not have been able to handle any more poundage of that anyway.
Yeah, because our freezer space.
But yeah, I mean, freezer space, when we have other meat birds and other meat in the freezer. So for us, I mean, it's perfect.
All right, let's get this upstairs, and then we'll go through the numbers and kind of finish up on what we actually have in our grass-fed, non-GMO feed steer on the homestead. Okay, so I want to tell you where we're at. We don't show this room a lot, but you see this is where our potatoes are and our onions are. This is storage, so part of that prepping thing, you see we have piles of water underneath there, and this is some foods and stuff like that, and the water well stuff. But this is where we're at. We're in our workout room, with the kids being loud. It echoes in here too, so we're at our top freezer, our brand new freezer that we just bought.
And I can't fit another thing in there.
So let's talk about what's in this freezer.
Okay, we said...
All right, this is...
Steak is over here.
Steaks are right there.
I don't know if it's on the right on this because it's kind of moist.
You might be right on the upstairs, on the outside of it right here.
Okay, there we go. So steak is over here.
Write it right here too, because I'm scared.
Okay,
Right.
when we close it,
Yeah.
I will.
Um,
we had
okra.
vegetables here, okra,
zucchini, and you put
zucchini,
and squash.
and squash, patties. And then over here we have
Hamburger meat, roast, and round steak.
hamburger meat, roast,
And round steak.
and round. Okay, and then
That's
the bread
it.
is on top.
Bread's on top, which we can see yet. So we filled up this freezer. Now we got to go back
have
to
bags that we couldn't fit in. That we have to take downstairs.
So now let's go see if we can fit them in the other
And we
places.
have more bags downstairs that we've got to try to get in freezers. So it's a really good problem to have, but at the same time, it can be a little overwhelming trying to get all of this to fit. Because, I mean, like we said, we said we had 212 pounds of meat. Was that right?
Yeah.
210 pounds of meat off of our steer. Now, that's not a lot to some people, but it was more than I think we even thought we were.
And see, we have probably about 150 pounds of ground beef already still in the fridge from prepping, and then we have then we have all our chickens, and see, we have another chicken butchering coming within 4 weeks.
I have no idea.
I don't know what we're gonna do. I'm gonna have to just pre-order some more room. So we have all right. Let's see, 30 birds still left to do for the year. That's not counting the 50 birds we already have in our freezer downstairs. And we're supposed to be taking a hog next week. Where's he gonna go? Yeah.
Okay, now y'all can see this is all of our chicken that we have raised and butchered ourselves. This is all of our meat. Well, not all of it. Excuse me. The rest of it is upstairs. This is just what we can fit in here. Now it has been falling out, sliding out, coming out everywhere. And that, like we mentioned earlier, that's a good problem to have. This is all the store-bought, or most of the store-bought stuff. You can see we had to cram some in here. Yeah, ground turkey and stuff like that we have just kind of stashed. But when you compare it to the stuff the amount of food that we have in our freezer now that we've raised, it's really kind of mind-boggling. It is to me, is it to you?
Yeah, well, definitely. And then we have bacon. We have more hamburger meat, more round steak, more bacon, more sausage, more peas.
Y'all are missing a lot because we've had to just stash it in the places that we could find.
Oh my gosh, there's like a chicken lamb behind you too.
Oh my gosh. That's what we're saying. It's like falling out everywhere. I mean, we have filled it to the
We've got
max.
well over probably 1,500 to 2,000 pounds worth of meat and food.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Well, we have it all in. This is all vegetables.
That's vegetables. This is all meat other than a few cinnamon rolls up top.
And then we have
The upstairs was what we just saw.
full of meat and half vegetables.
And that's all vegetables up there.
That's all vegetables over there.
That's two
And
freezers
then
over
we
there.
have the freezer in the inside that's full of vegetables, butter, some meat, and some breads. So our freezers are we're freezer poor now because our freezers are so full. And I don't know if this is going to fit in there. I feel like if I put it anywhere, it's going to slide out.
Okay, so we realized once we got back, we got everything unloaded and we kind of did the numbers on our calf. Now we had 212 pounds of finished meat, processed meat. What that allowed us to do, so okay, we had 212 pounds. We had what we devoted towards, alfalfa and hay towards our calf, Ike. And then also we devoted 1 bale of hay for Ike as well. Now, when you own other cows, like my dairy basically pays for itself with the feed, and which is the alfalfa, and then also any non-GMO grain or the hay. All that's pretty much paid for by what we raise on our dairy. However, we did devote some to the calf so we could give you a synopsis or a way to say, okay, if you're having to pay for this calf by itself, you don't have anything else other than the steer you're raising, this is what it would cost. It's coffee time, so I'm making coffee. It's the next morning. So let's think about that. Now, we're raising steer. We raise steer basically on our farm. However, Ike was bought because he was just a good deal. We found him at a local farm, and we wanted to buy him because at the time we were we were pregnant with all our calves and steers, or calves, basically hoping some would be bull calves, some would be heifers. So we were like, well, let's get a head start on it. So we bought Ike for $325. He was a calf at that time. He was probably, that's the general price for a 200 or 300 pound calf around here, especially with one that was a good build body like him, not a dairy breed, but a beef breed. Okay, again, so at the whiteboard. So we have $325 was his original price. Now, the reason I want to show you that is because with Kristoff and with all the other cows and steers on the farm, we have $0 in because the mother is providing the buy. So basically, Elsa gave us Kristoff. Elsa has paid for herself with the milk that she's produced, and now she's on her second baby. But Kristoff is basically coming to me essentially for free instead of having to buy. But I want to kind of give you both options. So you have one at $325, one at $0. Okay, so we grass fed our cow. Basically, in our steers, we don't give them any extra feed, just in a feedlot like a stockyard would do. So what we did though, we devoted, right at the end of his life, we devoted 3 or 4 heavy bags of alfalfa, organic alfalfa, and a non-GMO grain, such as a wheat grain and a whole grain, just for him to eat. So we spent about another $100 on extra, just kind of food that was devoted to him. And alfalfa, we can't grow alfalfa here, but alfalfa is heavy in protein, so we gave him that along with his grass that he was already eating. So he get free choice alfalfa the whole time too. Now we do not at all medicate or any antibiotics, but if you did, you need to put that on your sheet here to show exactly what money you have in your animal and what it costs you to raise your own cow, your own meat, and your own beef. Okay, lastly is our butcher fee. So the butcher and what it cost me to raise my food was $223 is what it cost. So we're gonna put that on both cows. So here's your total. So far we've got on Kristoff $323, which is meaning you're raising a steer from baby that you did not have to pay for. One, if you're buying a steer or buying a calf that's pretty small, anywhere from $200 or $300 is normal for a calf that size. So let's add all this 4, 5, 6, so 648. So now we divide that from 212 pounds, and that gives us our price right there. What we have in our steer that is grass-fed, raised on a farm, unfertilized hay, unfertilized grasses, food, natural meat for beef, brisket, roast, and steak. Wow. So you could have made a cheaper buy than this if you were raising it and raising it GMO. But raising non-GMO, more of an organic grass-fed beef, I've got $3.05 per pound of meat. That's from ground beef, which is the cheapest ground beef you can buy in the supermarket. It's around $4. That's GMO stockyard raised. Organic's around $5 or $6. So you're getting it for $3.05. Not only are you getting ground beef, which is the cheapest way of eating beef, for $3.05 instead of $4, $5, $6. Local steaks would cost us anywhere from $8, $10, $11, $12, $13, $14 a pound, especially if they were better quality meats. Same way with our roasting $4, $5, $6 a pound. So you're really saving money by raising your own meat. Now, say like Kristoff, you raise your steer on farm. We have $1.52 per pound. So most of your cost is in buying the animal, but if you're not having to buy it and you raise it, you're cutting your cost really in half. So I hope that helps. Basically, you're raising beef for $1 to $2 or $3 a pound, and you're really doing nothing but providing great quality feed or great quality grasses in our case for your animal, and you're able to have sustainable meat on your farm. So I hope that helps. If you're at $3 a pound, you've done really well. God bless. Happy homesteading, y'all.